Hear ye. Cosrx has released a new product in their Advanced Snail line. Please help me welcome the Advanced Snail Peptide Eye Cream. Their snail essence is so good. It is a cult classic and I have repurchased it many times. So I'm so excited to get a new snail release from Cosrx, an eye cream with peptides. How intriguing is that? So give this video a big thumbs up because you know we are diving in deep to this product today. We're going to be talking ingredients. We're going to find out exactly how many peptides are in this product and what are they supposed to do for your eye area. We're talking texture, performance, results. Ultimately, we're going to decide, is this product worthy to carry the Advanced Snail name? And is it worthy of your wish list? So this eye cream carries some pretty big claims. This claims to address your dark eye circles while helping to restore the eye area. It claims to erase fine lines and fight wrinkles. Some pretty big claims. So exactly how is it going to go about doing that for you? So we got to look at ingredients here. And of course, we got to talk about snail. Now, snail secretion filtrate, we have 72% in this eye cream. Just exactly why do you want to be putting snail slime around your eyeballs? Snail is actually a really great anti-aging ingredient. It has so many benefits for skincare. Now, snail secretion filtrate actually contains a lot of natural compounds to it that are very beneficial for your skin, including enzymes, hyaluronic acid, zinc, and copper peptides, which means that snail is going to have a really great antioxidant property to it. It actually promotes wound healing on the skin. Now, let's just pause for a second. Wound healing makes us think particularly about acne, right? At least for me, that's what I think. Wound healing means popped pimples and helping them heal faster. That is a wound on your skin. However, I think it is important to remember that whether you have a popped pimple on your skin or fine lines or the start of wrinkles on your skin, your body actually responds the same way. So when you use a ingredient that has wound healing abilities, the ability to stimulate your wound healing properties on your skin, not only can that help things like a popped pimple, but it is also one of the ways to address fine lines and wrinkles. So whenever you see wound healing abilities, you want to start thinking about the ability to help mend fine lines and wrinkles as well. Other notable ingredients will include niacinamide, pretty common ingredient to find in skincare. I personally find it to be a great one to find in eye creams. Niacinamide has a great brightening benefit. So this is potentially one of the ingredients that can help fight the dark circles. When I say potentially, it's because everybody's dark circles are different. There are so many different causes to the dark circles, and skincare isn't always going to address them, but sometimes it can. And so niacinamide is one of those ingredients that could be beneficial. And peptides. Let's get into the juicy bit. These are some of those active ingredients that can show some really great benefits on the skin. And Cosrx is very proud of the fact that they have peptides in this eye cream. They put it in the name, but they're also touting the fact that they're using a 5-peptide complex. That's right, 5 peptides in this eye cream. However, which ones? Because as you've heard me say before, not all peptides are created equal and not all peptides do the same thing. So let's dive in deep here and figure out exactly what's going on with this peptide complex. So first up, we've got copper tripeptide 1. And you may know, that is one of the gold standard peptides, at least I call it that. It's a really good anti-aging peptide because this is one of the peptides that is proven to stimulate collagen production on the skin. So important because collagen is what makes your skin plump and firm and just very youthful and smooth. This is what is going to help with the fine lines and wrinkles is collagen production. It also helps with your skin's elasticity. So this is a very good proven anti-aging ingredient with some, remember, wound healing abilities. That is also going to help repair the fine lines and wrinkles. This is a really great peptide to have. The next peptide in the complex is acetylhexapeptide 8, which is the Botox peptide. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Now, this is a peptide that can have a very quick effect on your skin. It has a very good firming and lifting effect. The thing that we do need to understand, though, that firming and lifting Botox-like effect on the skin is temporary. So what I'm saying here is when you're using a product with acetylhexapeptide 8, you will see that benefit on your skin. But once you stop using a product including this peptide, that benefit will go away. It is only a temporary effect. This peptide, I'm not bashing it by any means. I love what it can do for your skin, but it is important to remember this is not a preventative ingredient. This is not preventing damage or repairing damage. This is just a temporary look to the skin. The third peptide is palmitoyl pentapeptide 4, also better known under the name matrixyl. Now, the matrixyl peptide is interesting because it is very good at reducing wrinkles on the skin. But the really interesting and juicy tidbit about matrixyl is that it can do it in very low percentages. It has been proven to be very effective in very small amounts. And in fact, there is a study comparing matrixyl to retinol. They used 3 parts per million of matrixyl, which is like nothing, compared to 700 parts per million of retinol. And they found that matrixyl in those concentrations compared to retinol, the benefits for wrinkle reduction were similar, were very, very similar. So this is a very powerful peptide, even when used in small concentrations. Now, the fourth and fifth peptide in the peptide complex, I'm going to talk about them together because these two actually work together to enhance the benefits. They work in synergy. So that is going to be palmitoyl tripeptide 1 and palmitoyl tripeptide 7. Now, these two peptides are the active components of something known as matrixyl 3000. They help to reduce the collagen breakdown on the skin. So this is a preventative peptide. This is going to help prevent damage being done on the skin, but they can also show improvement for fine lines, for wrinkles, for the elasticity of your skin, and interestingly enough, they can help with your skin tone, which means that these two peptides are in combination with the other brightening ingredients here in this eye cream. These are going to be some of the ingredients that have the potential to target the dark under eye circles. Remember when I said potential, because nothing is ever going to be a miracle worker, right? Everybody's dark circles are caused by different things, but we do have some ingredients on here that are proven to show some benefits for dark circles. So I told you it was juicy, didn't I? Those all sound pretty amazing. And I'm really happy to see that they didn't just throw any old peptides into there, but all 5 of these peptides have a lot of research behind them. A lot of research that proves that these are beneficial peptides for the skin. And so I was very impressed by what they chose to include in this formulation. All right, texture. It's actually exactly what you expect it to be. It's a real classic snail texture, and it does have that characteristic snail stringiness. The stringiness just comes when you move the cream between your 2 fingers, you get those little strings of cream, kind of like mozzarella cheese on pizza. That is stringy. I'm getting a little hungry here. That's where the stringiness comes in, but this is never tacky, it is never sticky, and it's not slimy. Contrary to what you would imagine snail to be like, it's not slimy at all. Now, this cream texture is quite almost elegant, I want to say. And as you move it across your skin, you start to feel the hydration effect. It feels quite light on the skin, which was surprising. It feels light, it feels hydrating, it spreads really well, it absorbs quite well. Just make sure not to put too much on at a time. You only need a little bit, but it spreads really nicely. It absorbs in pretty quickly. But once it's absorbed into your skin, you feel your skin fill with nourishment and with moisture. It actually brings the best of both worlds. Light and hydrating on application, but moisturizing and protective once it's absorbed. And I loved this texture. It performed really nicely underneath makeup as well because it didn't add any like greasiness or shininess. It didn't make any of my eye makeup smudgy or slide around or like not adhere well. This worked really, really well in my skincare routine and with makeup. I was very impressed. And this is a fragrance-free and essential oil-free eye product, and I think that that's really good. Regardless of your preferences, I think just skipping out on fragrances around the sensitive eye area is a very good thing. So many people can encounter stinging or irritation around the eye area due to fragrance in eye care products. So I think Cosrx made the right choice to go completely fragrance-free. All right, so my experience. What's my take on this product? What is my opinion? Well, I think that it's pretty obvious that I'm impressed with this product and I do enjoy it. I mean, I've been pretty enthusiastic throughout this whole review so far, right? And I do like this. That is a surprise to me though, because I didn't know what to expect with this eye cream because my experience with Cosrx is very up and down, and I'm always just a little bit apprehensive about their new products in particular. Now, I am a huge fan of vintage Cosrx products, old school Cosrx, of course the Snail Essence, as well as like the Good Morning Low pH Cleanser. I love their AHA and BHA products. Those are, you know, tried and true Cosrx products. Although in the last couple of years, they've really, to me, they've lost me, if you know what I mean. I just feel like a lot of their newer releases have not been that great. I mean, they came out with those sunscreens. They had a Snail sunscreen. That wasn't that great. And then they also had the Balancium line, which is like hit or miss. The Hydrium line, which is okay. You know, I mean, so much of their newer stuff I just have not been on board with. So I wasn't sure what to expect with this product, but I was so pleasantly surprised because this feels like vintage Cosrx, you know? Those of us who have been longtime Cosrx fans who maybe feel similarly to me, like they lost their way a little bit, this feels right. You know what I mean? It feels correct. So what benefits, what did I see in my eye area? Because I am somebody who is very dedicated to eye cream. I'm very dedicated to eye care. And I think that this actually met a lot of my requirements. The first thing that I noticed is that this does help with discoloration around the eye area. As I've said throughout this entire review, I cannot promise that this is going to help your dark eye circles, but it did help mine. Now, I mostly have red discoloration underneath my eyes. It gets aggravated by things like insomnia and unhealthy diet or stress, right? This definitely did help. Now, I will admit I am somebody who whose under eye area does respond pretty well to brightening ingredients in eye creams. So take it for what you will, but I did notice a brightening effect with this one. I also noticed that this does have that smoothing and firming effect. The acetohexapeptide 8 is strong, but I did notice that it had that little bit of that lifted, sort of refreshed appearance to the eye area. And hey, I'm not going to knock it. If I can get a nice visible benefit on my eye area, I will take it even if it's just temporary. Now, what I really loved about this was the texture. And I was a little bit apprehensive about this product as well because prior to putting this into my skincare routine, I was actually using two eye products. I was using the Klairs Fundamental Eye Gel and the Klairs Fundamental Eye Butter. What I particularly liked about using two products is I was getting the best of both worlds, right? I was getting the lightweight hydrating gel that was plumping and hydrating the eye area, but then I was also getting the nourishing and protecting and moisturizing eye butter. And I liked having both benefits in my eye creams. So replacing two products with just one, I was afraid that like I was going to lose some of those benefits that I had been gaining. And that's just not the case. I was shocked that this actually replaced two eye products in my skincare routine because of that texture and because of how it feels on the skin. It goes on hydrating. It's got a good amount of hydration. Those of you who are familiar with Snail products, you know that it brings hydration to the party. but the way that they've blended this into the cream, it's moisturizing and nourishing enough without being heavy or greasy. I do think that this has a good benefit for eye bags or puffiness underneath the eyes. I do have a little bit of puffiness under my eyes, and this has helped kind of keep them under control. Now, full disclosure, I do use this eye cream morning and night, but a few times a week, I do also include eye gels into my routine. And I particularly use eye gels to help me with puffiness around my eye area. So take it for what you will, take it with a grain of salt. Just know that I have used some supplementary products. Although I have sort of recently fallen off of my eye patch obsession, and I still am noticing that eye area is still looking not as puffy. So I do think that the eye cream is helping in that area, but like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Just want full disclosure there. But what about fine lines and wrinkles? Because I think particularly the wording was erase fine lines and fight wrinkles. That's just always so difficult to say, especially if you haven't been testing things for months and months on end, right? That's definitely a long-term benefit that needs a long time to be monitored. That being said, I don't really have wrinkles, but I definitely do have some fine lines around my eyes. I have not seen the fine lines get worse. I have not seen them get deeper. I have not seen any new ones form. I have not seen any issues in that area whatsoever. I personally feel that yes, these peptides are promising, but at the end of the day, what we're really doing is preventing further damage, not necessarily reversing damage. That's just my philosophy, my take on it. I'm a much more of a preventative girl than I am a treatment girl because I think it's better to prevent. And so for me, I feel so comfortable recommending this as a preventative eye cream because it definitely is something that is just maintaining the eye area, keeping everything exactly the way that it should be, and not letting anything backslide in any way. So I've definitely been really happy with the results in that area as well. Now, if I had to say just one negative thing about this product, I guess my complaint would be that it is a tiny size. It's 25 milliliters. And it's certainly not a deal breaker by any means, but just to me, I noticed that that's kind of a small amount. I mean, it's under 1 ounce. Now, that being said, I do recognize that this could be a pro for some of you out there because some people do struggle to finish their eye creams in the appropriate amount of time, before they expire or go bad. And I mean, eye creams, you use such a small amount and it can be a struggle to use those products up. So this 25 milliliter size could be just the right amount. It's kind of like Goldilocks, right? It's like just finding the right one for you. I do want to point out though, the price is around $20, give or take, depending on where you buy it. So based on the price, the amount that you get, the quality of ingredients, and the way that the product performs, in my mind, all those things are very equal. I don't feel that you're overpaying for a small amount of product. Personally, I think it's very fair, but it is that one little thing that I would point out as being maybe a downside for some. So I'm just so happy Cosrx released this product. I mean, this is Cosrx at its finest, and all the things that made them so popular in the first place, I feel like are right here in this eye cream, and I'm just so happy to have it. So I am curious to know, what eye product are you using currently? Let me know in the comment box below. I always love to learn about the new products that you guys are using. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new Korean skincare focused videos every single week, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And if you want to see even more from me outside of YouTube, come on over to Instagram. I post there daily about all my skincare adventures. I do mini reviews and I share my routine. So definitely come over to Instagram and give me a follow. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.